Good morning. Here we are, July 23rd, moving right through 2026. Oh my goodness. Again, A Woman's Spirit by Karen Casey. When I lean on a door and it collapses, it cannot all be attributed to my strength. Something must be said for the infirm condition of the door. This keeps my ego in check. Ruth Homleka. That's really her name, Ruth Homleka. We love to take credit for Spirit's work because our will is consistent with that of Spirit on occasion. We fool ourselves into thinking we control events and people. Unfortunately, when we try to force conditions to suit our plans, we frequently trample on the spirit of others. We are too invested in being right. When we are not right, which is often, we are certain others measure us as unworthy. Our self-absorption tells us the others see us through our eye. Our self-absorption tells us that others see us through our eyes. In reality, others seldom take notice of our failings. We win some battles. We successfully orchestrate some experiences. Spirit's outcomes match our desires when appropriate. But we aren't the power behind the successes. We are only the instrument. I am not the cause of someone's success or failure today. I may help the universal plan, but I can't make it happen. What this speaks to me of is, that next indicated step, the next thing. And I'll tell you a little story. Back when I was a landscaper in my 20s, I was mowing this incredibly beautiful lawn right on the lake in Lake Oswego. And I was having these grandiose thoughts about what a wonderful job I was doing and how I was going to create this business for myself and how, I was going to call myself a land artist because I was creating this thing of beauty. And as I was, mentally massaging my ego, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I stepped off the edge of the barrier and right into the lake. And it was like November. It was cold, and I'm like chest deep in Lake Oswego, in all the goose poop. and it just put me right into check. So I can have an idea of where I want to go with something. I can have a vision of it, but I'm not necessarily in charge of how I get there. Does that make sense? And it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. It makes sense to me. Doing the next indicated thing, right? I set out to get to a destination and I follow the signs and signals and the prompting from the universe as to which course to take. That's kind of where I'm going with that. I do successfully orchestrate some experiences, but most outcomes match my desires when appropriate. Because I can push and push and push. If I have this quality of rigidity sometimes, and if I'm stuck in that and attached to an outcome, I can miss the easier, softer way. I can miss the way of ease and flow and push and push. And, sometimes trample on the spirit of others, right? Sometimes step on the toes of my fellows in which they retaliate. And I am like, what did I do? I was just trying to get from point A to point B. Sorry I ran over your toes in the process. So, it's all a balance, right? It's all a balance. And one way I can assure myself that I'm staying in the work of the divine universe is to get quiet. Like if I'm zzz, that's when I need to slow down and drop in and get quiet, take some deep breaths, check in with myself, and listen for that still small voice within me, because the screaming voice is usually my ego or my anxiety or my excitement. Fear and excitement are very similar in their vibration, which is it has always been interesting to me. How, fear and excitement have kind of the same effect on the body. And so when I'm in those places, it's good to just kind of slow down, take a couple breaths. Is this really where I'm supposed to be? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Could I take a different approach? Am I about to run over somebody's toes? I try to ask those questions of myself. Let's see, where do we want to be today? Okay. Back with Cleo Wade, because I love her so much. It says, let love be the answer to all of life's questions, even the really, really hard ones. It takes so much bravery to let love be the answer to all the questions in my life, especially the difficult questions during the difficult times. But committing to that level of courageous tenderness is exactly what is needed most in the face of adversity. When we decide we're going to love no matter what, we embody the ability to make peace in a way that can transcend any struggle or conflict. Don't let any situation cause you to create blocks between you and your ability to give love and empathy. Be fearless enough to love without barriers. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. I love that. Let the enduring strength of love carry you through whatever you encounter in life. This is what it means to truly live with compassion. And I think that taking that moment to take some breaths and recenter, that really recenters me back into my heart space. And it does help me come from a place of love. And very, very rarely when I'm coming from a place of love am I stomping on anyone else's toes. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. Yay. Okay, that's your Zen way for today. I love ya. I love ya. You can't do anything about it. I hope you have a really great and beautiful day. And I will see you possibly tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. I love ya.